evaluating him, head, KO. They're evaluating him for a pec strain. Kyron Brown evaluating him for a hamstring.
Tremaine, I assume, had the test run yesterday. Do you have any clarification on how
Yeah, I
long he'll be
mean,
out?
that's just going to be, it's going to be time, you know.
Weeks,
I mean,
months?
I don't think it's going to be months, but I mean, we'll see. I mean, we're going to be week to week right now. It's all going to be about how kind of his body responds to the rehab and the strength guys get a hold of him and stuff.
Sorry, so you said he did have an MRI yesterday?
He did,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's week to week right now.
You're hoping it's pec strain. Will you need an MRI to determine if
I mean, they're gonna finish the evaluations of everything, but like they feel pretty good that it's nothing more than that.
Leonard just giving him another day, or
Yeah, we're just going through our process, and you know, he's in the conditioning phase. I mean, he's been out for a good amount of time to where we just got to make sure that we feel good about him getting back out there. We'll just kind of see where we end up being tomorrow. We'll see if we can get him out there and do anything individual or something at practice.
What's your dialogue with Le'Veon in terms of whether he plays any preseason games, how much he plays? Do you have a plan for?
We just talk. We talk about it. We haven't discussed that with the guys yet. We haven't gotten there yet. We will.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Do you feel like it's important at some point, whether it's Thursday or the third preseason game, that he actually gets some game time, or is that not necessarily?
I don't know if it's really after watching practice the last few times. I mean, he's the one delivering more hits than anybody. So I feel like he's ready to go. I mean, but if we have a discussion and we feel at some point that he should get in there for some time, we will.
Does he lobby for it at all? Because he's talking about how much he really wants to be in there, but he understands he's being.
He's been great with kind of the whatever you think's best, but I do ask his opinion, what he thinks is best for him, because that's really key. Like, I don't know him like that. I haven't been through a preseason with him. When you're with guys for a few years, then you have an idea of like what guys do need, what guys don't need.
And what would be the real benefit? You like a practice like today, Adam, where it gets a little chippy and guys are kind of getting a little energy?
It's football. I mean, it's a violent sport. That's just what it is. Like, I like the fact that they're competing. I mean, the way that those guys were going at it today, it is what it is. I mean, I don't want anybody to get hurt. I think you waste a lot of energy when you kind of start scuffling up and everybody's yelling at them. Like, it's a waste of time to me, but sometimes that happens.
Adam, you touched on Le'Veon having a lot of touches under his belt, for how many years he's been in the league. Is there any tangible benefit to playing him in your second preseason game?
I think really for him, it's more of getting it's in-game, like, offense, the flow of the game. Really, that's the only thing he's missing from what we've done.
Right.
I don't think it's necessarily the contact. It's he knows what's going on. It's just like that flow of the game. There's just it's a different deal when it's a real game. Like Thursday, you saw it's different than practice. Like the way Sam was operating in that tempo he was going at, like we weren't going like hurry up on the ball. He was just playing at a good tempo. And I think that's just something that, Le'Veon, it wouldn't be a bad thing for him to experience, just so he goes, okay, I know what it is.
Right. He said that for him it's almost like muscle memory. A couple plays and he'll get used to his speed. He's not like a second-year player. He's been
Right.
around. So
Yeah, I'm not worried about that in any aspect. That's why it's, I'm trying to make sure that me and him and myself keep sitting down, talking through everything, and I just want him to be good. I want him to be good for week one. So if he feels like, hey, I need to get a series in, I need to get some snaps, I need to get some carries, I need to get some routes, then we'll do that. If we have the conversation, he feels good where he's at, then maybe he doesn't play this preseason.
Brandon
We'll see.
Copeland gave him a pretty good rap on one play, kind of sent him airborne a little bit. Do you like? What's the range of being worried if he got slammed too badly, or liking to see?
I always get the only time I get worried is when it seems like the guy that always gets hurt is the guy that's not looking at he's engaged with somebody else, and all of a sudden he gets rolled up on. That's always the one that I don't like seeing.
Do you anticipate bringing another kicker in to compete with Taylor?
Yeah, I think right now we're gonna stay with where we're at right now, and keep talking with Joe and his crew upstairs and just kind of see how it goes. I mean, let's go through this game, see what happens, see how it goes, and I like the way that we're operating right now. We'll see how it carries over to Thursday.
And we're still like, what, 3.5 weeks before the season, and right, 3.5,
Yeah.
whatever it is. What is your level of concern at the quarterback position?
See, I guess I don't look at it like that. I look at it as Tremaine's down right now. This is a great opportunity for a lot of guys. Like, somebody has a chance to step up and make a name for themselves. Somebody has a chance to get in with that first defense, go against our wide receivers, go against our offense and Sam and those guys, and see if a guy can play at that high level. I mean, it's a great opportunity. I mean, that's how when you're a next man up mentality, you're not going to sit there and worry about, hey, what should we do? And that's what personnel guys get paid for. That's what they get. They spend all their time doing that, going through the waiver wires, going through see if trades. They evaluate that stuff. Who we have on the roster and the guys that we're working with out there, those are the guys that we're playing with, and until somebody tells us different.
There's a saying in the league, I don't know if you subscribe to it, but I know a lot of other coaches and personnel people do, that you win or lose games fastest in the NFL at quarterback and cornerback. Do you agree with that?
I'd say quarterback, yes. I'm not going to speak on any other position.
Not to like, kind of go back to this again, but with Tremaine, like you said, week to week, which is kind of open. Are you optimistic that he'll be ready for the opener, like based on what?
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, I'm always gonna. That's how I'm gonna think. I mean, I know he wants to be out there. When we get going in regular season for sure. So I mean, I think to me he'll do everything he can. I mean, sometimes it's how the body reacts. It's kind of how does the rehab go? How does the strength and conditioning go? I mean, you can have a setback. So if things go smooth, hopefully we get him back.
You were talking about the chippiness, and you don't want guys getting hurt. Kelechi was part of that chippiness, and obviously got hurt. Were the two related? Or
No, he kind of. It was like he was trying to kind of take two guys, just before the throw got off, and I think he just got stretched out a little bit.
Did you have any discussions with Joe about looking at the kicker from Baltimore before he got traded to Minnesota?
I wasn't trying to get too involved in that because I'm not an expert. My kicking, evaluation skills aren't great, so I'll leave that to Brant and Hammer and the front office guys.
How are your kicking skills?
Horrible, not good. I've passed them off to my children
You have to
too.
go into the season with the current cornerback situation. How adept must Greg be in terms of maybe changing the style of defense that he was planning to play? And, just
Greg
adapting to the personnel.
Greg will welcome that. He loves it. He'd love to be able to scheme things up, and he'll figure it out. That's why he's been doing this as long as he has.
Can you hide corners? I mean, you're an offensive mind. So you're trained to attack weak cornerbacks.
You can find ways to manipulate the situation. There's ways to do it. So
Have you found ways to counter those ways as an offensive coordinator?
try to. It doesn't always work.
We've kind of talked about how you've gone to Greg and you've kind of started to see things differently based on your conversations with him and different ways to attack a defense. Has he gone to you with the same talk about, hey, look, this is kind of a problem that maybe I'm having. How would you attack me here? And you can figure out a counter.
Well, I think that those conversations really lead into each other.
Okay.
To where we'll kind of be talking to someone else, like, this is what I'm thinking, and then he'll say, well, this is how I would have to kind of adapt to that. We just, it's like who has the pen last type deal. So you just keep going in a circle, basically.
What was it like having Namath here today?
That was awesome. So, I mean, I met him last year when he was when I was at Miami, and we were down there and played that game. I got to meet him there, and just getting to be around him today and talking through what we were doing in the practice field, and him hearing how we're calling in the plays, and I don't think he had that technology. So, but I mean, it was cool. Like, my kids getting to meet him. I don't know how my 5-year-old even knows who he is, but somehow he does. So that was cool too.
Better quarterback, Namath or Marino?
No, I'm not commenting on this. You're trying to get me in trouble. I don't need it. I don't need Dan texting me or something if I don't say the right thing.
Adam, Robbie has said that he feels that he's been growing day by day. How would you evaluate his growth as a receiver and the core as a whole?
I think it's real. I mean, he really has challenged himself to do things that he has not done before. You know, today I saw him get a couple catches and run some routes that I've never really see him finish the play on. And to see him, I could tell he was excited that he made some plays in some different routes. And, you know, when you have a guy, you start seeing him have a little success like that, it just, that hunger grows, and he's like, more, I want more. So the whole group, they're that group, I love working with that group because there's unselfishness there. You never hear any of those guys complaining about, hey, can I get more targets? Can I get more catches? They just keep working, which makes it really easy when you're a play caller.
They're a diverse group. Is it easy for you to accentuate their skill sets individually?
Well, the way I look at it is we want, all the skill guys, you want 5 different guys. You want a basketball team. You want to be able to make sure the defense can't just say, play us like this because they're all the same. We want guys that can do different stuff.
Adam, we see in training camp you've used a lot of periods on ball security and then takeaways for the defense. How big a point of emphasis is that for you?
Well, it's the number one stat in football. You know, the turnover margin, that's what it comes down to every game where, you know, you say we're +4, you're probably saying that we're going to win the game. And then +3, +2, +1, or even. So we want to make a big emphasis on it. We want to make sure we use the proper techniques. We don't want to turn the ball over. And then at the same time, we want to get turnovers. You know, and that's why I love how our defensive players practice. They rally to the football. They try to get it out. They make a point of emphasis, then work on it every day. Usually you get what you want on Sundays.
That kind of showed in the Giants game where Nickerson picked the ball up and ran. It was a touchdown for a few seconds.
That was the first thing that we were all saying on the headphones was that's why we do that. You know, and if maybe it's a split second sooner, maybe that's real, and everybody else is standing around. So that's why we do it every day.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Alex.
Yeah, just hang tight. Everyone's been